Hello, my name is James Philpott, and today we're reviewing the book Data versus Democracy: How Big Data Algorithms Shape Opinions and Alter the Course of History by Chris Schaefer. The book is broken up into two parts. The first half of the book explores the ways that information abundance, human psychology, excessive data mining, and content algorithms all combine on social media in a way that makes people vulnerable to propaganda and disinformation. The second half of the book highlights a couple of case studies to explore how some groups have used social media for positive change, but also how some radical groups and authoritarian governments have hijacked social media to manipulate people and undermine the democratic process. Overall, I agree with many of the points he makes, like especially if a product is free, you are the product. But one problem I have with the book is that he doesn't address the way that social media and traditional mainstream media have become intertwined. For instance, Alice Marwick and Rebecca Lewis did a fantastic report on how far-right groups develop techniques of what they call attention hacking. They highlight how those groups not only use social media, memes, and bots, but also how they targeted specific journalists, bloggers, and influencers to help spread their message. For those groups, it doesn't matter if the media is reporting on a story in order to debunk or dismiss it. The mere fact that they're covering that story amplifies the disinformation. But Schaefer ignores this part of how disinformation spreads, and I think he misses a major part of the equation. I do agree with Schaefer that social media is addicting and is that way not by accident, but specifically as part of their business model. For instance, research has shown that the endless scroll feature of a newsfeed can create distorting effects where users lose track of time and space. And when they intermittently find things they like, it creates the same addictive conditioning as a slot machine. That's not an accident, that's on purpose. They do that so that users will come back to their platform again and again. Research has also shown that when you get a like on your post, it triggers reward centers in your brain. The more likes, the more activity in those areas of your brain. I think this part of social media addiction is highly applicable to the Gamergate controversy and how those users decided to one-up each other. The ability to receive likes and upvotes, and therefore trigger the reward areas of the brain, was, I think, a big factor in the way that movement ramped up. Without that part of social media, I don't think it would have gotten so toxic and so abusive. The best part of the book, I think, is the case study on the Russian hacking and disinformation campaign in 2016. Schaefer was a co-author on one of the US Senate reports that looked into that campaign, and his command of the topic is really impressive here. The entire operation was really complex. It's full of phishing attacks and shill bots and fake websites and operatives who posted real innocuous content for months just so that it was less suspicious later on when they posted propaganda. There's a ton more stuff in there, and Schaefer does a fantastic job of distilling this complex story into a simple, easy to follow, and absolutely terrifying chapter. It's probably the best rundown that I've seen anywhere of what Russia did in 2016 and what they still continue to do to this day. Overall, I think the book does a good job of showing some of the major flaws in social media and how those flaws can be taken advantage of and used to manipulate people in ways that they likely never even notice. I'm not sure the problems he highlights can truly be fixed, but if nothing else, the book serves as a good reminder of why we should all be cautious of the news we see online and diligent in the posts that we share. Lots of hands. Let's not do this.